Health, far corner, rips it, just too long. Good look and let go by Sasha Vidal. It was mere inches beyond the back white line. Von Heesteren spins the serve far side. Health will control it a little bit awry. Reuter with the hammer down. Dig free over once. Second time will be a high float free controlled up by Nuzzo. Near side. Huge hammer and the kill for Habekost. Plainsmen setting up their bread and butter with the outsides after the first 5 kills of the match went to middles or opposites. The Northeastern Plainsmen get an outside kill, and Anna Reuter will take the serve. Reuter, knuckler far side, not controlled cleanly. She picks up the ace. Anna Reuter is one of the sneakiest servers I've seen in my 15 years here at Northeastern. Typically, middles are not very good at the service line. She plays some aggressive angles as NJC up 8-7. She'll go right back there again, and how about a second consecutive ace? Anna Reuter has the Plainsmen up 8-7 in this first set on back-to-back aces. Reuter, knuckler again, looking for a third, didn't get it. Far side swing and rolling down the belly is Benyuk. Benyuk gets the kill and gets the serve. Nine-8 Plainsmen. Serve fielded back row by Health. Tracing it down is Jorge, and a bump free over by Habekost. Quick up, set for Bestrich. Far side, block back. Us and Jorge teaming up for the block tandem. The Northeastern Plainswomen forced that error on Indian Hills. 10-8 set number 1. Scoreboard brought to you by Bank of Colorado. Keeping it simple. Log online to bankofcolorado.com. Member FDIC. Knuckler near side from Jorge. Diving up back row by Paeva. Bump free over by De Silva for the Warriors. Chased down far line by Health. Down the middle. Us hops hands at the net. Ball controlled up. Back row swing will come over the net cord from Von Heesteren. Control for the Plainsmen far side. Faleo got too cute trying to avoid the double and swiped it into the net. First Plainswoman hitting error of the match, so both teams matching the mark that they've got quite a bit. Hitting better than most of the nation. 260 on the hitting for Indian Hills this year. 10-9 NJC lead. Backing up Habekost near side. She's set on the pin. Habekost, huge hammer. Tipped on the back line but not controlled, and the kill. Habekost will take the serve. That rotation had proved problematic early in the season for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Serve will be fired far side, popped up back row, set to the far pin. Down and in goes Michalska. She already has 4 kills in the match. And the Northeastern Plainswomen maintaining the edge in this seesaw battle as we anticipated. Carolina Bestrich puts it down the middle. Nice receive by Chintala. Set for Health. Huge hammer dug awry. Ani Health gets her first kill of the match. Coach Chrisman said, I want a more balanced offense. Northeastern Plainswomen, in their first 8 kills, have 5 different players collecting those kills. 12-10, Chintala floats the serve far side for the Plainswomen. Quick down the middle. Turned back for what? Anna Reuter denying Dia Silva her second solo block of the match. 2 kills, 2 blocks, 2 aces. 2 cubed would be 8, which is the number that Anna Reuter wears. 13-10. Serve will be fired near side, up by Michalska. Far pin, tipped down the line. Dug free back over by Jorge, and then Von Heesteren puts it back down again. So the overpass dig leads to the Indian Hills point. Mentioned we were devoid of ball shaggers today. Kudos to a couple of parents / local sport faces that are now doing that. As Ani Health hammers one down the line and in for a kill. Trevor Chintala is the new events coordinator here at Northeastern Junior College. His parents, who are also the parents of Northeastern libero Whitney Chintala, are doing the ball shagging duties. One is an athletic director at a local high school. The other is a regular football and basketball official. So, you know, sports takes all aspects to work. 14-11, backside near side, block back on the swing from Von Heesteren. Von Heesteren again over the block. Controlled up by Nuzo. Short zero down the middle. Reuter through the block and in for the kill. Anna Reuter with her third kill in this opening set. 15-11 and a timeout taken by Indian Hills. It's brought to you by Bailey Mechanical. It's still summer in Northeast Colorado, but soon enough it'll be winter. And you're going to need your heater. Get it maintained at Bailey Mechanical, 970-522-0471. This is what you expect between two clubs like this. I said it in the pregame show, and I'll repeat it again here. It was an utter travesty that Indian Hills wasn't even receiving a vote in this week's national polls, because just eyes on this Indian Hills team, and I'd seen them on video, but now having seen them in person 3 times, this is the third match I've watched with them this weekend. This is a top 20 team in the nation. This is the best team in their district. This is a team that'll be playing in Hutchinson, Kansas in November. I'll be shocked if they are not. They are that good, and they're proving it right now. NJC has just come up with a couple little things. Their block being huge right now, 3 points put down on their block. Creating some miscues on the Indian Hills side is why they have the 15-11 advantage. Serve, hammered down the near side, controlled up back row by Vidal. Far pin set, block there again to turn back Benyik. Von Heesteren off the hands at the net, kept up, and down the near side on Health. Health got the touch on the block, controlled by Wiersma, quick back to the near pin, double couldn't close, 16-11 Plainsmen. Nuzo continues with the Northeastern serve. Nuzo, knuckler near side, fielded by Vidal, set for the far pin. Benyik turned back by Reuter and Jorge. Free ball down the near side, but a 2-hit violation on said free ball by Anna Carolina Vesterish, the setter. Got her hands awry, trying to keep it line, and it went spinning. Sub will come on for Indian Hills. The Warriors will replace Gabriela Benyik with Larissa Scutumberlo, the sophomore from Brazil. 17-11 Plainsmen. Nuzo going right after Vidal again. Scutumberlo far side. First swing into the net with a double in her face. Just 2 hitting errors not forced by the Plainsmen block, but that one was forced by the Plainsmen block even though they didn't touch it. Their existence made that ball hit way too low. 18-11 Plainsmen. Nuzo. Tumbler near side up, back row by Vidal, near pin Von Heesteren. Nice control up by Nuzo, turn dump over the net by Norea. To back over punch short from De Silva by the Warriors. Near side, Health into the block of the net, kept up by Wiersma. Health off the block at the net. Nope, off the net again. Not the block, so that will be a Plainsman hitting error. After the block turned it back a couple times and in the NJC run. That was a 6-0 run for the Northeastern Plainswomen on the serve of Francesca Nuzo. Sabrina Naguera de Silva will take the serve for Indian Hills. Da Silva, floater far side, fielded by Nuzzo. Backslide to the middle. That's Reuter. Did the block touch it? It did not. Karams wide and out. Back-to-back Plainsmen hitting errors. They built the lead. This Indian Hills team is talented enough to surmount a deficit even at 7 points where it was. A rotation violation on Indian Hills on the serve. And the captain of the Indian Hills Warriors, who was the only one allowed to talk to the ump officials, Sauter von Heesteren, will get clarification after Indian Hills head coach Lindsay Michael, who's in her 12th season, approaching 300 career wins. I believe she has 288. Will provide the question as to the rotation. I didn't see anything changed on the Indian Hills side. So if it was a rotation violation, it was on a previous point, and it was not a change. The officials will converse and agree that the rotation violation was whistled inadvertently. So 18-13, NJC leads Indian Hills. Set number 1. And Da Silva will continue with the serve for the Warriors. Da Silva pumps it far side on Nuzzo. Jorge will set near side for Health. There the block, turned it back, and down it goes. Nicely turned back for Indian Hills. Scott Umberlo, the one that got the touch on that. Give the block assist to, I believe, Fernanda Isar as well, 18-14. Da Silva caught the far line. Nuzzo let it go right in front of the Plainsman bench, and the Plainsman bench popped up and said, "Our bad." They obviously said, "Let it go," and it tickled the line. NJC's 7-point lead is now just 3, 18-15 in the first set. Da Silva. Fielded but not cleanly by Chintala, and an ace, and the Plainsmen need a timeout. Coach Chrisman will use one of her 2 timeouts in this first set. It's brought to you by Buckeye Welding Supply. You have questions, and they have answers. They have the supplies, too, and helium for your balloons. Stop in and see them at 330 South the 11th Avenue in Sterling. This Indian Hills team has the weaponry, and most notably on the service line. That's not something we talked about in our pregame show, but both of these teams serve exceptionally well. Just shy of 2 service aces a set coming into the weekend. Plainsmen had 103. Indian Hills, over their first 10 matches of the season, had 97 service aces for almost 2.5 aces a set. And that's kind of been the case this weekend for the teams that have succeeded in this tournament. They serve well. We saw Snow College get eaten up by some aces yesterday in their 3 matches. Plainsmen were able to collect 8 in the sweep last night. And then on Thursday night, part of the reason that Laramie County Community College was able to keep the Plainsmen in check early was they didn't get aced, and when the Plainsmen found their service game, then they were able to pull away and win that 1-4. And that's how Indian Hills is coming back right now. Couple aces, couple really good serves that are getting the Plainsmen out of system. It's 18-16 in set number 1, and out of the Northeastern timeout, Sabrina Noguera da Silva will continue with the serve. She'll fly it down the middle, controlled up and not cleanly by Chintala. Bump free will be played over by Health. 10-foot line quick up, 0 down the middle, off the block. Yeah, it was off the block, I believe is what was signaled. The line judge on the Plainsman side indicated that it changed direction. Obviously, the FAR official with the swing on the near pin probably doesn't have the best look at that. And after a conversation They will say it did not go off the block. It went awry, so the block didn't touch it. The Plainsmen backline got out of the way, so that is a hitting error on Indian Hills, 19-16. And Ani Health will have the serve for the Plainsmen. Health. Too wide and out on the far side. I know we're at the point in the season where, especially as many matches as these teams have played, you're going to have players with some tired legs right now. It's going to be nice to get into the single match format here soon, but you've got to find a way to power through at this point in these big matches. Reuter, arcing ball deep. The dig caroms into the stands, and Anna Reuter has her 4th kill of the match. We said the middles need to get involved. 5 kills out of the middles, 5 kills out of the outside, and Faleo has a pair on the right side. Anna Reuter will take the serve for NJC, up 20-17 in the first set. Reuter angles it far side. Nice control by Vidal this time. Back set block there. It went off the block, then the antenna, as Hevekost and Oos were there to deny the swing of Von Heesteren. If as scored, it would be the 4th kill for Von Heesteren. Ani Health getting clarification. I'm still unsure. The up official told Ani Health to tell Coach Chrisman that R2, the down official, was the one handling that. I believe, I mean, if as signaled, block then antenna makes sense from the trajectory of that swing. But I also thought the block touched it on the previous point that would have gone Indian Hills' way as well. I am removed up by the camera on the second level here in Sterling, so I don't have that right on top of it angle. I mean, it was the antenna right in front of the up official, so if it hit the antenna, the up official has to be the one that makes the call, not R2. They're not going to overturn it, nor do I think they should. It's just the operation of this. It didn't happen right in front of you. Take ownership on that would be the way I look at this, but I also have never been trained as an official. 20-18, Northeastern with the lead over Indian Hills. Warriors have the serve. Benyik will line it down the far side. Struggle on control from Chintala, set for Havekost. Didn't hit the antenna this time. Havekost whips it down and in for the kill. Keeps the Plainsmen on the edge at 21-18. Third time at the line in this first set for Nerea Alvarez Jorge, affectionately known as George to her teammates. Apparently the substitutions are happening too quickly because this is about the 4th time that teams have been called back to the line to re-substitute. It's a pretty experienced bookkeeper down there. Pretty experienced libero tracker as well. 21-18 NJC. Serve from Jorge, fielded back row. Far pin set, off the block at the net goes Mihalska. Run down by Chintala, backs at Faleo, through the block and down for the kill. 22-18, Indian Hills will hold off on the second timeout. The Plainsmen having pushed it back out to a 4-point lead. Nerea into the net on the service error. Third service error of the set for the Plainsmen. Lead by 3. You could have this one finished if you get the serve over the net, conceivably. Warriors had to run a service to get back after trailing by 7. Serve from Isar. Near side, Havekost diving up back row, scramble, and a roll shot played back deep, dug up high. Quick 0, Oos off the block and down for the kill. The birthday girl gets her second, 23-19. Can see the wheels churning in Coach Michael's head. She's not going to take it. Plainsmen up 4, 2 away from taking the first set. Havacost angles the serve far side. Nice receive by Michalska. Back set for Von Heesteren. Diving up by Havacost. Set to the near pin. Helf down the line and in for the kill. Ani Helf's fourth of the first set gives the Plainsmen 5 set points. Brought to you by First National Bank in Fleming. Be certain in your financial institution and certain in the management team. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Havacost angles the serve far side. Quick up back row, back throw near side. Pop short by Dia Silva. Backslide to the far side. Vallejo tips it short. Running up by the setter, Investorish. Back row swing, Von Easteren. Up backside by Havacost, back to Vallejo again. Crossover, nice up by Von Easteren again. Far pin set into the block at the net. Turned back by Vallejo and Oos on Michalska's swing. And the Plainswomen take the first set 25-19. They lead Indian Hills 1-0. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at the Bank of Colorado Event Center, we head to set number 2. The Northeastern Plainsmen lead Indian Hills 25-19 in the first set, 1-0. For the Northeastern Plainsmen, as we head to the second set, even though you won by 6, I think the key number from set number 1 is that the Plainsmen had 5 unforced errors. 3 service errors, 2 hitting errors that were not forced by the Indian Hills block. The Warriors only had 2. So that discipline for Indian Hills leads me to believe that this Indian Hills team is not going to go down without a massive fight here. Our second set brought to you by Ice Lanes. Have fun without breaking the bank at Ice Lanes. Walk in and bowl, call ahead and reserve a lane. Be a part of their leagues, some of which begin today. 970-522-3331. Plainsmen will go left to right in this second set. Warriors will go right to left. Indian Hills made a change to Scottum Burlow in this first set, but then Maggie Paeva will return back to the starting rotation in this second set. Plainsmen, no changes for them. They play Iowa Western later on tonight. 5:30 right here at Jackson and Edwards Arena. So If you sat at home and said, I'm going to watch CU Nebraska instead of NJC Indian Hills, well, shame on you, one, even though I'm interested in that game too. But two, come out tonight at 5:30. You'll at least get to see this team play, and we'll be at home on Tuesday at 7 o'clock against Casper as well. Vesterish, will start with the serve for Indian Hills. In set two, Faleo off the block of the net, diving up, wing, and a free ball over by Michalska, handed up by Faleo. Short zero down the middle, Oos off the block, runs down the tape of the net, controlled up by Havacosta, will get bump set back far side and in for the kill. Couple really great reads and scrambles for the Plainsmen and the Warriors in the midst of that shortish rally. I mean, it was a rally nonetheless. It did get on both sides a couple times. Have to make those quick reactions as Havacost will serve. Quick set, down dead center, and down for the kill goes Vitória Dias Silva, the sophomore from Brazil. Numbers for Dias Silva have not been spectacular this season. She's only averaging about a half kill a set, but I was impressed on the eye test with her yesterday. Numbers don't always tell the case of a player. Indian Hills will make their outside Diaz substitutions. Sasha Vidal serving and Gabriela Benyik in on the front row. Hammered down the middle, dug free back onto the Warriors side. Swat back forth, ping pong Diaz Silva and Jorge. Indian Hills with a swing far side from Von Heesteren. She's 2-5 kills, first player in the match to 5 kills for either team. She has 5, Michalska has 4. Plainsmen have 4 apiece from Reuter, Health, and Havacost. 2-1 Indian Hills. Fielded back row by Wiersma. Run down for the Plainsmen, and Health blocked outside the far line. She only had one angle, and it was an easy turn back for Von Heesteren and Diaz Silva. That all predicated by the dig that forced a sprinting Jorge to have one option to set. 3-1 Indian Hills, fielded by Wiersma. Set far side, much better swing for Health off the block. Diving up, won't get there, and Health becomes the first Plainsman to 5 kills in the match, even though she was the last of the starting hitters to come up with a kill. Whitney Chintala takes a serve for the Plainsmen. Chintala whips it, far side, fielded by Vidal. Running bump set up. Benyik cross, nice receive this time. Faleo keeps it in play after the ball carried over toward the box. Attack, Benyik near side, fielded by Chintala. Bump set to the far pin. Health into the block and the kill. Swanee Health getting a pair of kills in the opening stages of this set, both of which come out of system for the Northeastern Plainsmen, and they've been able to inch back and even it at 3 apiece. Chintala pipes it far side on Vidal. Back set. Von Easteren turned back at the net. Nice up by Von Easteren after the block was quickly dug. Quick set for Reuter. She'll punch it on Von Easteren. Then a miscommunication as the ball just kept carrying toward Diaz Silva. Vesterish didn't want to run over her teammate right at the net. The Northeastern Plainsmen will pick up the point and a 4-3 lead on a 3-0 run. Chintala sliding up by Vidal. Set quick into the block of the net. That was a triple on the swing of Diaz Silva. Double in front of Von Eastering. Kept in play by Jorge. Bumps that up and Health will chop it short. Played it on the setter. Forces scramble for Indian Hills. Von Eastering far side. Crossing near. Couldn't be played off the hand of Faleo. And Von Eastering has her 6th kill of the match. First out of system point this morning for Indian Hills, 4 all. Da Silva, knuckler, fielded by Wiersma, back row, not cleanly. 10-foot line swing for Health, managed to get it around the block. Da Silva up, near side. Benyik dug up for the Plainsmen, dig back onto the Indian Hills side. Too wide and out goes the swing of Von Easteren. The Plainsman block missed. They were split trying to get the double off the overpass. And then the dig on the near side swung and missed as well. Never been so happy to see two swing and misses by NJC players. 5-4 Plainswomen. Francesca Nuzzo has the serve. Nuzzo powers it down the middle, fielded backside, near pin set, cross. Did it catch the block? Yeah, it did. Benyuk will pick up her second kill of the match. Changed trajectory, and you could audibly hear the second touch, 5-all. Von Eastern knuckles a serve near side on Nuzzo. Backslide to Reuter, who chips the block at the net. Joust at the net, won by Ani Health. Forces scramble, Von Eastern out of the back row, roll shot, diving up by Nuzzo, set to the far pin. Health pipes it down the line and caught the far line. Understanding angles. Ani Health. 3 kills in the first 11 points of this set. Will hand herself the serve, up 6-5. Health spins it near side, not played cleanly by Vidal. Bump free, run over by De Silva. Up backside by Health. 0 for Reuter. Obliterates the ball. Anna Reuter with 6 kills in the match. We said the middles needed to step up. We focused on Gabby Oos because it is her birthday after all. Got to give the birthday girl her on-air verbal tiara. But Anna Reuter's the one that has been the most beneficiary of the rotations by Indian Hills. She attempts a block on a swing down the middle. Jorge just forced to free it over. Von Eastern up, near side Benyuk. In the net on the block was Jorge. First blocking error of the match for either team. A little tough for the Plainsmen there. That was just one of those, you got a little too jittery and amped up trying to reach for that block when she was swinging over. Don't know what it looked like on the angle there on the floor. 7-6 NJC. Serve fielded back row by Nuzzo. Quick set, Reuter into the block, covered up by Chintala. Health will bump it, set far side. Havacost will run it near for De Silva. Set to the near pin, into the block at the net. Reuter and Jorge deny back Michalska. First block assist. Anna Reuter had been solo blocks on her first 2. And an 8-6 Northeastern lead, up 1-0 in this second set. Reuter with the serve. Reuter, knuckler far side. Great job off a hot receive to get the quick set down the middle and the kill for Isar. That's Isar's first kill of the match. The dig got on top of Esterich very quickly. 8-7. Isar, the Brazilian freshman, fielded by Health, bumps that far pin. Havacost goes left. Handed up on the front side, set to the near pin. Michalska jumped up by Nuzzo, far side. Havacost down the line and in for the kill. She was too tight to the net the first time to take a swing with the right. Backed it up an inch or two, and apparently she just needed a couple inches to get that one in. 9-7. Jorge lining in near side. Scramble to get it up, and a bump free over by Von Eastern. Near line, up by Faleo. Far side, Havacost. Off the block, off the dig, and another kill. That's 6 in the match for Havacost, 7 in the match for Health. Plainsmen, after starting the match middle heavy, have got their outsides involved in this second set, up 1-0. 10-7 Plainsmen. Jorge. Fielded back row, quick push over the top of the block at the net, and down will go Vitoria Diaz Silva. Her third kill of the match. Hands a serve to the setter, and Anna Carolina Vesterich. Vesterich Barely clears the net cord. Nice receive by Health. Quick set for Oos. She'll push it down the line and get the kill. Second touch can't be found as she went out to the near line off the quick set. And Oos's third makes it 11-8 Plainswomen. Havacost rips a serve down the far line. Quick down the middle. Diaz Silva off the block at the net and gets her fourth kill, third of this set. The sevens are paired up in Diaz Silva and Oos for Indian Hills and NJC respectively. They're rotating just opposite one another. Gabby Oos trying to find that right arm to be able to shut down Diaz Silva like she did in the first set. Plainswomen lead 11-9. Serves too big and out by the just entered in Sasha Vidal. 12-9 Plainswomen. Shintala flies the serve far side on Vidal. Back set to the far pin. Von Easterish off the block. Covered up high. Down the middle. Diaz Silva left open and rips it in on the overpass. That's 5 kills in the match for Diaz Silva for Indian Hills. 12-10 NJC advantage as Noguera de Silva will serve. Noguera de Silva's serve controlled up by Chintala. Back set to Faleo. She'll punch it down the near line. Run down by Vidal. Set to the near pin. Into the block at the net. Kept in play by Indian Hills and freed back over. Jorge, far side, Health into the block. Covered up by Chintala. Swatted over on the second touch by Reuter. Back set far side, Von Easteren. Off the block, diving up by Wiersma. Back set near side, Faleo. She'll arc it deep. Run up high by Vesterish. Scramble bump set far side. And to the near corner comes Von Easteren for the kill and her 7th of the match. I don't even know where to start in that rally. I'm going to go with the indelible image that stands out. Off the block of Faleo, off Reuter back onto the Indian Hills side, and then they were able to still scramble and get a great swing off of a really wonky block back. 12-11 NJC. Scramble ball up. Swatted down, kept up, and then a diving free over by Ani Health. Run down by Da Silva, tipped into the block of the net. Reuter joust at the net. Ball kept in play, off that joust by the Plainswomen, and Health will free it back deep. Back set far side, Von Easteren into the block at the net. Ball run up high, set to the near pin. That'll be Benyik off the block, diving up by Health, flat free over by Chintala. Run down backside, backslide for Von Easteren. She rolls it down the belly of the double end to kill. It's back-to-back rallies that are utterly killing me right now. Von Easteren has 8 kills in the match. Square at 12 in the second set between Indian Hills and NJC. Plainswomen took the first 25-19. Way too big and out on the serve goes Diaz Silva. Second service error of the set. Two teams combined for just 7 unforced errors in the first set. They've combined for just 2 in the first 25 points of this second set. This is incredible volleyball. Nuzo whips it down the middle, fielded by Da Silva. Bump set near side. Benyik denied back on a Reuter there. Give the assist to Nerea Alvarez Jorge. Reuter 4 total blocks today. 14-12 Plainswomen. Nuzo hammers it down the middle. Dig right back into the radar zone of Ani Health. She crushes it down at the 10-foot line. Her 8th of the match. Timeout by Indian Hills. Our timeout on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brought to you by Kuntz Pump and Well Supply. Don't wait until the last minute to solve all your irrigation, well, and watering problems. Call Kuntz Pump and Well today, 970-522-2050. 35. Plainsmen up 15-12, and I mean the clean plays are just utterly incredible. I mean, the fact that we have played, it's 44 plus 27, 71 points in this match, and had just 9 points end on an error is incredible. These two sides are two teams that you'll see playing in Hutchinson, Kansas. I mean, they're both teams that belong in the top 20. Indian Hills isn't there with a win over New Mexico Military. They deserve in there. I'll lobby for a team not inside Region 9 because this team is that impressive. And we still have a lot of volleyball to be played in this one. Out of Indian Hills' first time out in the second set, Plainsmen hold a 15-12 advantage. Francesca Nuzzo. With the serve, near side, picks up an ace. Even if you factor in the serve-receive miscues in this match, it's still only 14 of the 72 points on errors. 16-12. Nearly another miscue. Good recovery and a tip down the line by Von Eastern. Back throw to Nuzzo. The right side in the back row will swat it deep. Set to the near pin. Benyek diving up by Nuzzo. Jorge bumps that health swing. Did not catch the block. She's too big and out. Swung for high hands that weren't quite high enough. Indian Hills gets the stop on the run. Von Eastern with the serve. Up by Chintala. Slide to the near side for the middle, and Reuter the dig toward the Warrior bench. Run down and a bump free will be run over. Quick up by Nuzzo. Turn, dump set over the net by Jorge. Free ball over again, handed up by Nuzzo. This time Reuter. She'll pop it into the block. Diving up. Scramble bump. Far side Von Eastern. Blocked there at the net. No, into the net. That'll be a back row hitting error for Indian Hills. The Plainsmen maintain their 4-point advantage at 17-13. Back to serve will go Ani Health. Health, high floater, controlled up by Diaz Silva. Near side, huge hammer from Benyek, her third kill of the match. And JC 17, Indian Hills 14. Back to serve goes Benyek. Benyek, another one that, I mean, she's put up decent numbers coming into this weekend. 47 kills. She's looking much better in this match. She gets a sliding dig up on a swing from Reuter. Back to the near side over the top of the block. Havocost will control it up. Bumps that to the far 10-foot line. Havocost will rip it deep. Out of the net, the ball's kept in play, but it goes awry. So the Northeastern Plainsmen throw the lead out to 18-14. Indian Hills will make the substitution for Benyek on the back row. And Anna Reuter will serve for the Plainsmen. Reuter picks up an ace. She threw a Tim Wakefield knuckleball down the left side of the court, and there was absolutely nothing that Indian Hills could do about it. Got an arm on it, but that thing had no chance of going in any direction you wanted it to. Reuter powers a deep dig over. Tried to be touched down by Havocost. Indian Hills will free it over. Reuter up. Bumps at Jorge. Far side Havocost off the block. Diving up back row. Bumps that to the near side. Benyek over the top. Dive up backside by Reuter dead center. Far side Havocost chips line. Run down by Von Heasteren. Tip set over. Played it on Jorge. Health will set to the far side for Havocost. And she picks up the kill. That's the one rotation where the Plainsmen don't have the libero in there to be the setter. And Ani Health, as I talked about yesterday, she played beach volleyball in her career where you only have two on the court. One has to set. Everybody has to be able to set. she proved it there. 2014 Plainsmen. Reuter serve, whipped far side, quick down the middle, dug up by Nuzzo. Underneath it goes Jorge. She'll tip it short, sliding up by Von Heesteren. Near side, off the hands at the net. Went Michalska. Plainsman block was in the net, but that was going to be a kill anyway, as it went off of the block. 20-15. Plainsman's run comes to a close, but they have a 5-point advantage. Serve will be powered far side by Isar. Set to the far pin. Havacost. Ooh, yeah. 9 in the match for Katie Havacost. Third time at the service line for Nerea Alvarez Jorge. Indian Hills will make a change here. Emmy Wilson will replace Anna Carolina Vesterish. Wilson is a capable setter as well. Hasn't played in as many matches, but both setters average 8 assists per set. A 6-footer on the front row, maybe running a hybrid 5-1 now. Wilson with the bump set, near side block, touching back the Michalska swing. Back row swing, Von Easterich. Kept up by Health, but not where Jorge could come to it. So Von Easterich with her 10th kill of the match, I think. Oh, that's just 9 for her. And now back in on the back row will be Von Easterich. Or no, Von Easterich is the hitter. Vesterich. Too many countries, too many names for me to keep straight. 21-16. Serve into the net by Anna Carolina Vesterich. No service errors in the first set for Indian Hills. 3 of them in this second set. 22-16 NJC. Katie Havacost will hammer the serve far line. Nice control up by De Silva. Near pin set for Von Easteren. There's kill number 10. Miss inadvertently credited her with 10 earlier. She now gets to 10 with that swing. Sasha Vidal will take the serve for Indian Hills. Vidal. Tumbler. Up by Wiersma. One-handed set to Oos, who pumps it far side. Near pin swing will come from Benyuk, and Benyuk gets her 4th kill of the match. 4-point advantage. We saw Indian Hills push back in late set number 1. Plainsmen held on 25-19. That pushback started, though, at like 21-14. Serve mishandled by the Plainsmen back row, and an ace for Sasha Vidal. 3rd ace of the match for Indian Hills, back within 3. Indian Hills still has a timeout remaining. NJC has 2. Vidal. Tumbled near side, fielded by Wiersma, set for Oos. Big swing in the kill. Oos, yeah. 4 for Gabby. 10 between the two middles. Gabby takes a seat. Whitney Chintala will serve for her at 23-19. Chintala ripples it deep on Vidal. Set. Triple at the net in front of De Silva. Dig free pump back over by Faleo. Double in front of Von Easteren, and Health and Reuter deny her back to give the Plainsmen 5 set points to take set 2. They're brought to you by Northeastern. We have your path to achieve your educational goals. Visit njc.edu. Chintala hammers the serve down the middle. De Silva, near pin set, block at the net, covered up by De Silva. Set again to the near pin, and Benyuk, the block there to turn it back, kept in play, but a third won't get over. Faleo with the denial. And like set 1, the Plainsmen take set 2, 25-19. They lead the Indian Hills Warriors 2-1. We'll be back with the 3rd set from the 40th annual Sheila Worley Invitational on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back to the Bank of Colorado Event Center as we head to set number 3. The Northeastern Plainsmen lead 2-0 on the Indian Hills Warriors. Our third set is brought to you by Premier Farm Credit for over 100 years, providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit to our local agricultural communities. Visit PremierACA.com. Plainsmen, 2-0 lead in this match. I'm just going to count it up on the fly. 2 hitting errors, 3 hitting errors without the benefit of the block, 5 total hitting errors, 1 blocking error, 3 service errors. That's it. Indian Hills in this match, 3 hitting errors without the benefit of the block, 8 total hitting errors, 3 service errors, and a ball handling error. That's it. Clean volleyball has been played through the first 2 sets of this one, and I don't anticipate anything different in the third set. These two teams match up very well, but the Plainsmen have an opportunity to sweep Indian Hills for the first time since September of 2018 and kind of roundabout avenge the loss to New Mexico Military. So the Plainsmen lost to New Mexico Military last weekend in Salt Lake City. Indian Hills, who'd lost to New Mexico Military earlier in the season, beat the Broncos yesterday in 5. So if the Plainswomen, in the eyes of a potential seeding committee at Nationals, beat Indian Hills, then you can say, well, okay, because NJC and NIMI won't play again this season. You look at it and say, well, they beat Indian Hills beat New Mexico Military, so all of those teams are even when it comes to a potential seeding spot at a potential national tournament. I know it's kind of hard to think about November in September, but that's some of the things that come into play. Players aren't thinking about that right now as the Plainsmen going right to left, start with the serve in the third. Back set to the near side, wiped down the line by Mihalska, jumped up by Chintala, set for Filet out, tool kill for Devine. 4 kills in the match, didn't pick up a kill last set, but had the block to terminate set number 2. Ani Health and Katie Havacost each with 9 kills. 10 kills between the two middles, Reuter and Oos, and then Falea with 4. How about an ace for Nerea Alvarez Jorge? 2-0. For the Plainsmen in the third. Serve from Jorge. Caught the back line for the ace. That one looked like it was going to go long. Wisely let go by De Silva. But as it eclipsed the net, it started spinning ever so much. And you went, hey, that spin is going to quickly pull that down on the back line. 3-0 Plainsmen. Nerea. Knuckle serve fielded by De Silva. Quick set pushed far side. Just too wide and out by De Silva. And a 4-0 run to start the third set for the Plainswomen. Nerea then tops her serve into the net, and that will bring to an end the opening run in this third. Sasha Vidal, the sophomore from Paraguay, will serve for Indian Hills. Handed up by Health. Back row set to the near side. Havakos denied back at the net. Von Eastern and De Silva share the block. Vidal on Havakos. Health set out of the back row. She'll chop in near side on the setter Vesterich. Near pin roll shot played over in short. Diving up back row by Health. Tip short. Oos, yeah. Gabby Oos with her 5th kill of the match. Celebrating her birthday today. It wasn't until my oldest daughter reminded me. I mean, I knew it was my youngest daughter's birthday today, but it didn't click in my head that they share a birthday until she said something between sets 2 and 3. Near pin set for Indian Hills. Von Eastern with the 11th of the match. Of course, that makes me happy because Gabby was the one that my youngest fell in love with when we fed them early in the season. Might have to see if I can talk the birthday girls into a picture together later today. De Silva, serve fielded by Wiersma. 10-foot line swing for Health, topped into the net. Swanee Health can't get to double digits yet. Plainsmen struggling to get a consistent offense after the 4-0 run to start the third. They're up 2-0. De Silva flies the serve far side, fielded by Wiersma. Set for Oos. Big hammer and the kill. Gabby Oos's 6th of the match. It was on a Reuter who had 4 in the first set. Could Gabby Oos be poised to have some big runs here in this third? Middle finally getting going for Indian Hills. Isar with her 2nd kill. They've been outside heavy as expected. De Silva has found her swings. They came in a bunch rotation last set, though. Mihalska, Von Eastern off the outside have carried most of the offensive load. Divine Falea picks up her 2nd kill of the set. So the Plainsmen go middle and opposite to start things off in the first set before they get their outside going. Then they ride the outsides to a set number 2 victory, now getting their middles and their outsides going once again. Nuzzo on to serve for the Plainsmen, up 7-5. Quick set down the middle, and down for a kill goes Isar, her 3rd of the match. Seven, 6. Indian Hills. Knuckles the serve near side. Into the block at the net goes Jorge's tip. Freed over by a diving Reuter. Set short. Jorge will pop it up. Chintala bumps that to the near side for Health. Clips the head of the block of the net. Dive up backside. Set far side. Too wide. And out goes the swing of Michalska. So the Plainsmen are back out to a 2-point lead. As back row Maggie Paeva comes in for Indian Hills. Ani Health plays it on Paeva, just came in. Set far side for Michalska. 6 kills in the match for the Polish sophomore. Gives the serve to Fernanda Isar. Isar. Serve fielded by Newzo. Near side, Havakos. Plays it dead center on Isar. Joust at the net. Won by the Plainsmen. Dig free up and a Reuter down and in for the kill. 9-7. Reuter will take the serve. Reuter emerged with a heavy amount of black wrapping on her right quad after Thursday's match with Laramie County. Doesn't seem to be hampering her any. Slide to the near pin, tip over the top of the block, and down and in goes Victoria Diaz Silva. Plainsmen with the minute advantage in this third set. Vesterich sliding up back row by the Plainsmen. Near pin, Havakos. She has 10. Havakos, the first Plainsman to double digits in kills. She has 10. Ani Health has 9. Anna Reuter has 7. Gabby Oos has 6. Divine Faleo has 5. Coach Chrisman said, I want to achieve more balance offensively. Don't get much more balance than that. 10-8. Serve by Jorge off the block at the net, and finding the floor is Michalska. Springing back to life after a nice first set. She had just 1 kill in set number 2. Plainsmen have won both 25-19 and 25-19. And on to serve for Indian Hills comes Sasha Vidal. Vidal fielded by Health, backside, set for Oos off the block. Chicken wing up by De Silva. Near pin. Von Eastern diving up by Health, back row. Bump set to Havakos. She'll clip block in the net. Slide out dig by De Silva. Set to the far side, and Michalska down the line up by Jorge. Back row swing, bump set for Health, and the jump dig attempt. Vesterich was told to pull her arms down. She did, and it sailed just long. Squares us at 10 and hands the serve to Sasha Vidal. Vidal diving up by Health, free back onto the Indian Hills side. Set to the near side, swipe to the far line, and finding the floor is Von Eastern, leading all attackers with a dozen, and gives Indian Hills the lead at 11-10. The deepest they've had a lead in a set this morning. Have to check a clock when you're in a gym to see what time of day it is, because the lights are always on. It's like Motel 6. Serve fielded down the middle by Health. Slide to the far side for Faleo. Scramble to keep it in play. Into the block at the net. Oos and Faleo turned back the swing of Benyik, and a lift ball was called on Von Eastring, keeping that in play. I don't know that she really had much time to react, but it looked like she lifted the ball, and as I've said before, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, 11 all. Serve from the Plainsmen. Indian Hills will get a back set near side. Von Eastern off the block, covered up by Chintala. Short set for Oos. She'll tip it short and find another campfire kill. Gabby Oos has caught Indian Hills now 3 times today, standing in a circle looking at a ball she's touched, dropping to the floor. Havacost barely clears the net cord on her serve. Run up to the far side, blocked back on the swing of Benyek. Near side Von Eastern over the top of the block. Too wide and out. 13-11, Plainsmen pushing the lead back on their side. Short serve, 10-foot line up, set far side, down and in on a tip. Around the block goes Victoria Diaz Silva. Libero Sabrina Noguera de Silva will serve for Indian Hills. De Silva whips it far side on the Plainsman. Near side Helf off the bump set out of system. Chintala will get the assist on Ani Helf's 10th kill of the match. The receive has been a bit problematic for the Plainsmen today. There's been a lot of ground having to be covered by the Plainswoman second touch. Chintala angles a serve far side. Quick set, swipe to the far corner. Nice read and knock in by Isar. Her 3rd kill of the set, 4th of the match. Plainswoman had all covered to the near side. Plainswoman lead is 14-13. Serve will be lined down the middle, popped up back row. Set near side for Ani Helf. She got the line for the kill. That's 11 in the match for Ani Helf. The Plainswomen will hand the serve to Francesca Nuzzo. 10 away from winning in a sweep against Indian Hills. Serve from Nuzzo, popped up back row, set to the far pin. Benyek, dig free back on the Indian Hills side. Roll shot played far side, set down the back row. That'll be Nuzzo who tops it into the net on the hitting error. So back within 1. Serve into the hands of Benyek. Set to the near side. Ani Helf into the triple. Somehow kept in play. But keeping it in play, it was an exceptional kick ball. But the ball had already been touched by the player that kicked it for Indian Hills. And as such, it's Plainsman point. 16-14, Ani Helf with the serve. Lined into the net. Just a 1-point lead for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Up 2 sets to none. Coverage brought to you by Better Electric, 970-521-1030. They also bring you our archives at KPMX Sports on Facebook and Twitter. Or whatever Twitter's called now. Short serve fielded by Nuzzo. Set to the near side. Havacost with the hammer. Diving up back row. Pump free short. Sliding up by Nuzzo. Near side Havacost again. Hops hands at the net. Run down. Back flat free will be spun over by Isar. Set for Reuter. Off the block. She gets the kill. Anna Reuter with the kill for the Northeastern Plainswomen. She'll take the serve, will Anna Reuter. At 17-15. Reuter whips it down the middle. Off the block at the net, and Indian Hills touched it on a dive out of bounds. Gabby Oos and Katie Havacost team up for the block that go around. Oos's fourth of the match. Havacost first. 18-15 Plains women. Reuter flies it far side, up by Michalska. Setting a wipe down the line. Nuzo will chase it down. Bumps that near the net, but won't get over. Michalska, the nice aggressive play, got the Northeastern Plainsmen out of system very quickly. Serve will be fired down the middle, sliding up by Helf. Slide to the far pin. Oos, she's too long and out. Gabby's first hitting error of the match. She had 7 kills without a hitting error prior to that one. (18-17). Plainsmen lead just one. Ani Helf will pop it up. Set near side. Havacost. Dig free back over. Pumped back over by Havacost. 2 diving ups. And a free ball back onto the Plainsmen side. Run down by Nuzo. Set for Oos. Chicken wing off the block to keep it up. Havacost near side. She'll chop it short. Kept in play to the near pin. And the block at the net of Gabby Oos on the swing of Von Easteren. Oos's 5th block of the match. 19-17 Plainsmen with the advantage. Back to serve for the Plainsmen will go their setter in Nerea Alvarez Jorge. Short serve. Run up backside, set, shank, shot, went around the block and dropped for the kill from Michalska. It's 9 in the match for Michalska. Plainsmen with the 19-18 advantage. Vidal lines the serve down the middle. Dump over the net, and that was a back row play by Alvarez Jorge. Cannot touch the ball offensively in front of the 10-foot line as a back row player. 19 all, overpass onto the Indian Hills side, whipped down by Diaz Silva. 8th of the match, and Coach Chrisman needs a timeout as Indian Hills attempts to force a 4th set. Van Wyck Insurance has insurance from over 60 lines and will find you the right one to fit your budget. Stop in and see Van Wyck Insurance today, 508 West Main Street in Sterling. Well, when this match is concluded, there'll be 2 matches in this main gym between the Plainsmen's final match, or first and final match of the day. The Plainsmen will take on Iowa Western tonight at 5:30, and by and large, this tournament has run on time. I don't believe we've started any more than about 5 minutes late. That was the second match yesterday in the Ox Gym when Indian Hills and New Mexico Military went 5. This is one of those tournaments that has been smart to allot 2.5 hours. If you have to allot a half-hour warm-up in there as well, allot 2.5 hours between games. Keep yourself running as close as you can on time. The Plainsmen trail 20-19 out of their timeout. Nice receive by Helf. Havacost, big hammer, rips it to the floor for her 11th of the match. Great initial receive will set up those big offensive options as Havacost will take the serve. 20 all. Havacost hammers in near side on Vidal. Miscommunication, overpass. Hammered down by Ani Helf or Gabby Oos, both of whom were there. And a timeout by Indian Hills. Health swung through the hand of Gabby Oos to put that one to the floor. On the overpass from Indian Hills. And NJC down 20-19, little 2-0 run. And this is just kind of that timeout to say, hey, we're fine. You have two of them remaining. So try and create a service there. Try and do something that can sway this game. And, of course, Coach Crispin not just going to allow the timeout to be called for a 15-second pause. She's going to use every chance she has to work with this team because, as I said before, this weekend, I talked about it yesterday, is really the last weekend for many of these teams to make an impact on teams from other regions. We're less than 10 days away from starting regional play in many of these Midwest and Western regions. So this is your last chance to say, hey, this is where we stack against this team. This is where we stack against some of the upper echelon. Give us the respect we're due. NJC up 21-20 out of the timeout. Katie Havocost with the serve, knuckled down the middle, fielded by Vidal. Backslide near side, Von Eastering covered up by Faleo. Near pin set for Helf into the block, up the block and out. Ani Helf has 13 kills unofficially in the match. Plainsmen lead 22-20. So will be fired near side on Vidal. Set for Diaz Silva, sliding up by Jorge. Near side Helf. Helf into the block again with a tool kill for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Out of system that time. Plainswomen have won 5 points out of system when the second touch is not their setter, and they're 2 away from sweeping Indian Hills. 23-20. Hot dig won't result in a successful swing, and that'll take us to 4 match points for the Plainswomen. 24-20 to sweep the Warriors for the first time since 2018. Havocost, slide up by Vidal. Set to the far pin. Benyik into the block. Oos and Faleo with the denial. And the Northeastern Plainswomen finish it off 25-20 in the third after winning the first two 25-19 and 25-19. Post-game show next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back to our post-match show. It's a sweep win for the Northeastern Plainsmen, and they defeat Indian Hills 25-19, 25-19, and 25-20. I'm Ben Bleck. Our post-game show brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Get the help all you need for your growing season with Advanced Agri Solutions. Call Dusty or Roxy McCormick, 970-571-2024. It was a great match. When you take a look down this one, probably 65% of the points were earned. You didn't have the giveaways that we saw in yesterday's action where miscues were the name of the game and why teams won and lost matches. And I think we anticipated that to be as such with the high-level nature of both Indian Hills and Northeastern. First off, credit to Indian Hills, even though they lost in a sweep. 12 kills for Sarah von Heesteren, 9 for Kinga Michalska, and 8 for Victoria de Silva. They really are a formidable tandem. If you can find that fourth, Benyek was kind of that player today. If you get somebody else in that same regard, they may not have that one high-end hitter that's going to drop 20 in a sweep like we saw Havakos do for the Plainsmen last night, but they have several very high-level hitters that are going to be able to put points down and take over matches, and I still fully believe, from what I've seen with my own eyes this year, both in person and on film, that Indian Hills is a team destined for Hutchinson. They've just played an incredibly tough schedule, and an incredibly tough team like Northeastern who found their balance. Coach Mackenzie Crispin said on the postgame show yesterday, I want balance out of my team. I want this team to be able to have the balance of weapons, not just outside heavy. And while the outsides were the top two hitters today, Ani Helf with 13 kills, Katie Havakost with 11, the middles got themselves going. Each middle, Gabby Oos and Anna Reuter, had 8 kills. The Plainsmen had 5 kills out of Divine Faleau as well off the right side. And both Gabby Oos and Anna Reuter not only getting going offensively, but getting going defensively on the block as well. A solo block, 5 block assists for the birthday girl, Gabby Oos, and 2 solo blocks and 3 block assists for our DDC Plainsmen of the contest, presented by Gordon Insurance, Anna Reuter. Be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, and crop insurance at Gordon Insurance, 970-526-6139. It was tough to differentiate between Reuter and Oos because Reuter had 4 kills in the first set. Oos had 4 kills in the third set. They each had a pair in the set, opposite. The other one's dominant, and then 2 in that middle set. Big blocks late for Gabby Oos. She had some blocks in set number 1 as well. Sets 1 and 2 were where Anna Reuter found her blocks, but it was her service game that gave just that much of an edge for me for Anna Reuter to be our Plainsman of the contest on the broadcast. I don't know who the coaches are going to give the coin to because that is a tough decision for how well both of them played today. But I go with Reuter, just a few extra serves and maybe not fair to Oos because she doesn't serve for herself. But nonetheless, they were both very important. And when naming one player as the best, it isn't representative of why this Plainsman team is this good. The Northeastern Plainsmen had great balance today. 5 players with 5 or more kills. When you look at pins versus middles in that percentage, 29 pin kills for the Plainsmen, 16 middle kills. That's the kind of balance that you want to put together on a team. Maybe a few more on the middles if you can get it there, but as good as the Plainsmen outsides are, that's about as balanced as that is going to be. So the Plainsmen win in a sweep. They play at 5:30 tonight against Iowa Western, and we're glad you've joined us for our coverage and hope you join us again for our coverage of Plainsmen volleyball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.